Now, let's go on to some very interesting issues arising. And the Consumer Protection Agency says it has received several complaints of employers who have made married employees to sign bonds not to get pregnant for a particular period of time. And this, they say, is against the labor law and International Labour Organization. Let's have the head of program and research from the Consumer Protection Agency, Nana Prempe Edohene, who joins me in the studio to throw more light on this. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good to have you.
Yeah.
So exactly what are your concerns?
Well, basically our concerns is dependent on the complaint that we received from several people, including an NGO, who also did its own research to find out that this is what is going on in our part of the world. We believe that, as you rightly said, the ILO conventions say that we should not discriminate when we are employing people, especially based on their gender, based on religion, based on tribe. So we sincerely do not believe that that clause should be held on the neck of women when they are being employed.
So which NGO did this research?
For now, we've kept some, because we have forwarded it to the National Labour Commission. We have forwarded a copy to the Attorney General. We want a response from them, then we will trigger what we are supposed to do, because we give them a time frame that if they don't act, definitely we will go to court to seek interpretation of the law. I'm
sure you have some idea or details of this research you're talking about.
Yes.
Exactly what were the findings of the research?
What they came up was that there are some institutions, basically, I don't want to mention them, but basically the financial institutions, in which when they give you an employment, if you are a woman, what they do is that they attach a condition to it, which says that you can't get pregnant between the first 6 months or the first 1 year. But what we also have a problem with that, when two people are employed, one is a man and one is a woman, the man can go ahead to do whatever that he wants to do within a year, but the woman cannot. We think that it's a huge discrimination on their part, and therefore it should be abolished.
So basically, what has been the period with which these organizations have had made these employees sign, say, is it between 6 months, 1 year, or 1 year, 5 years?
Some is between 6 months and 1 year, and some is as far as 2 years. And our concern from the NGO is that many of these women that you are talking about who came to them say that because they want to keep their job, they have to go through series of processes, illegal abortions, and all those things, and some of them have serious complications. And therefore we believe that in order for us to stop this, the Labour Commission have to come in so that we all do a comprehensive research and see really if this is happening. And if it's happening, we push ourselves to it.
Well, one may say that it has a tendency of making people lose their jobs, because, for instance, the private companies may say that you came for an interview, well, we did not choose you. It could be one of the reasons, but they may not tell you. And so how do you want this handled so it doesn't also affect, bearing in mind that we already have a deficit in the employment sector?
Well, if you have a company or if you have a private business, doesn't mean that you can do anything that you want. We all live under rules and regulations, and therefore we have to follow that to suit. Because as we were saying, just like you were saying that you came for an interview, somebody coming there as a woman is your wife is or somebody's employee or something of that sort. Right. So we all have to make sure that we have equity. If you believe that a man is being employed and within 1 year can go ahead to marry, and then a woman who has been married cannot get pregnant because she has been employed, definitely we think that that's not the case. What we believe in is that they should be fair and be fair to the women.
How do you intend to ensure that this whole thing works out so that we don't have this kind of discrimination at the workplace?
Well, as I said, we forwarded to the Labour Commission. We give them 21 working days. We forwarded to the Attorney General. We are getting very good responses from there. Just within a week of our petition, a company that I know and I will not mention have remove that clause from their employment conditions list. That is one of the best ways we want to go. So we'll push it to the latter.
All right. Many thanks to you, and we wish you all the best. Consumer Protection Unit. Of course, I'm a woman, and I won't agree that this happens to myself, my sister, my friend, or any other person. Nana Prempe Edohene is Head of Programs Research at the Consumer Protection Agency. Many thanks for joining us on this discussion.